Biggest conversations last offseason was Caitlin Clark $100,000 an hour speaking gig. And it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the offseason. I know a lot of people have been wondering why come she didn't do Unrivaled. Guys, Caitlin Clark really didn't need the money to do Unrivaled. Now, I don't know if the money is still $100,000. That has yet to come out. How much Caitlin Clark is charging this go around.
Caitlin Clark just earned a WNBA player's entire season salary in one morning, and it had nothing to do with basketball. While most players are grinding through off-season workouts or exhibition leagues, Clark is cashing six-figure checks from corporate speaking gigs, the kind that executives line up to attend.
So it looked like Caitlin Clark is headed to Long Island Association, bro. She's not hurting for cash. And I just think this is just the coolest thing ever that Caitlin Clark is able to do this. She's landing $100K to speak to speak for companies and represent companies all over the country.
So why is Aya Wilson reportedly frustrated? And what does this say about how fast the balance of power in the league is shifting? Stay tuned, because what Clark is doing now might completely rewrite how stars make money in women's sports. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
One thing about Caitlin, dog, she gonna get to that bag. You know, I know a lot of people been feeling the type of way about her not standing up for herself. Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the off season, and shout out to CC, bro. And there it is, man. Caitlin Clark, networking reception, Chris Holly Country Club. So this is at a golf course. Being so nonchalant with things, but one thing I can vividly tell you guys is that Caitlin Clark is going to get to that bag.
Caitlin Clark didn't touch a basketball that morning, but she still made more money than most players do in months. On October 29th, from 10:30 to 12:30, she walked into the Long Island Association's Fall Conference, an event where CEOs and business leaders usually talk about finance and growth. Instead of giving a post-game speech, Clark was the headliner, sitting across from Matt Cohen, the association's president, for a paid discussion about leadership and the business side of sports.
So it stated Long Island Association joined the Long Island Association's president and CEO, Matt Cohen, on October the 29th at 10:30 to 12:30 in New York. So purchase your tickets today so you can buy tickets to this. Moderates a special conversation with Caitlin Clark discussing her record-breaking performances, impact, and cultural influence.
It wasn't a charity talk or a promotional favor. It was a corporate contract with a six-figure check attached. That 2-hour slot reportedly brought her around $120,000. To put it in perspective, the average WNBA salary sits in that same range for an entire season. While Clark was collecting executive-level speaking fees, Aya Wilson was back in training, following the same off-season grind that most veterans know by heart. That's where the quiet frustration comes in. Wilson has done everything right on the court, but it's Clark who now earns boardroom attention and cashes corporate checks. This kind of event shows how companies now treat Clark as a brand, not just an athlete. Getting booked at an exclusive country club to talk business puts her in the same conversation as sports legends who usually make between $150,000 and $250,000 per event.
They all three have something in common, all right, in regards to the WNBA, CBAs, money. Bring in Adam Silver. He can be like the third hand reaching out, right? NBA commissioner. Kathy Engelbert, Nafisia Collier, you two can come together. You can put out your hand. Well, let me reach out to you. The success of the W hinges and pivots and teeters on the actions and the success of one Caitlin Clark.
The moment also exposes a new kind of divide inside the league. Players are still fighting for pay equity, yet the biggest money isn't even coming from basketball anymore. It's from the business world buying into Clark's image. Behind the scenes, some players whisper about it. How does a rookie go from first-year salary to top speaker in one morning? For Clark, this wasn't luck, it was strategy. And it's only the start of an off-season plan that goes far deeper than playing in Unrivaled. While most WNBA stars chase off-season scrimmages or head overseas, Caitlin Clark is playing a completely different game.
She ain't gonna lose no money at all, bruh. I can almost promise you that.
A lot of players sign up for Unrivaled or take international contracts to keep checks coming, but Clark skipped all that. She made a choice that says everything about where her career is headed. Instead of taxing her body year-round, she's cashing huge corporate deals that pay as much as those months-long commitments. And she's doing it in controlled settings where she calls every shot. Think about the contrast. Aya Wilson is back in a Vegas gym, grinding through drills, leading workouts, staying loyal to that traditional system. Meanwhile, Clark walks into boardrooms in a tailored suit. Two paths, same league, but miles apart in how they build wealth. Her $100,000 speaking fee matches what some players earn in weeks overseas, and she doesn't have to worry about injuries, flight delays, or burnout.
Caitlin Clark is their hero. Let's be honest. They're not gonna admit that. Oh, but Angel Reese. Those three entities, along with every other player, owner, anybody that's got an interest, monetary stake, anything in this league, I can't sell out games. And this is not a shot at Angel. Neither can any of the other players, to be honest.
Every move she makes looks calculated, like she's turning her name into a business model. Analysts are already calling it the new blueprint for women's basketball. Players with the right marketing pull might soon skip side leagues entirely. Clark is proving it's possible to stay stateside, keep visibility high, and make more money than before. That's starting to shake the league's quiet hierarchy, because her income is defining what sponsor value even means now. But it's not all applause. People inside locker rooms feel the tension. Some envy how fast she's climbing. Others say it's inspiring. Either way, everyone's watching to see what she does next.
The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark more than she needs the WNBA. WNBA has turned on Caitlin Clark amid contentious collective bargaining agreement negotiations. The WNBA needs Caitlin Clark. That Caitlin Clark does not need the WNBA.
Her brand's already outgrowing the game, and corporations are responding. What started as one speaking gig has turned into a wave of attention that puts Clark at the center of the business conversation. Next up could be Nike campaigns, documentaries, maybe even bigger deals waiting before she plays another minute. Clark's success is forcing the WNBA to rethink who really holds the power. She's not waiting for the league to define her value anymore. She's already setting it. That's what people mean when they say she's playing chess while others are learning checkers. Her strategy turns influence into income, control into long-term freedom. The league's never seen a player move like that before. So now the question is simple. Is this what the future of women's basketball looks like, where stars act more like CEOs than players? Because if Clark can make a season's pay in a morning, she's just getting started.